happy Friday. Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget, give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. All right, so part 2 of TLC Friday is 90 Day Fiancé UK, season 3, episode 6. I have nothing to hide. Somehow that feels like a lie. That feels like a lie. Okay, so Jamal, who do you want to talk about first?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think. Who do we have?
We have Sam and Ali. We have
hmm
Tony and Nuey. We have Charlotte and Johan. And we have Nicole and Tahir.
So, okay, unlike the last show, this show, everyone's kind of interesting in their own ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think if I'm going to start with a couple, let's start with Charlotte and Johan. Because here's the thing with this couple. I'm going to jump a little bit of ahead. Now, they're talking, and they go to visit his grandmother. Meet the grandmother, blah blah blah. And of course, everything's centered around money. She walks in, she's like, "Oh, okay, this is different." And then she's like, "The first thing I noticed, there's no running water. She's also, you have to go outside to get the water." He's all right, and she's also, "We'll live in the UK, yeah." I was like, "Okay, I get it," but she treats everyone to lunch, which is nice. And then when they're talking, she took him out. I think she took it. This is when she took him out where I'm going, and he's like, he wants to give his family some money, and she's like, "Well, how much were you thinking?" He's like, 60 for my mom, 80 for my grandmother, and she's like, "Well, that's quite a bit." He's all, "What does she need it for?" He's all, "Electric, medicine, rice." She's like, "Okay." She's like, "You can't do everything." She's also, "I'm gonna have to pay." And this was so struggling. He's all like, "Right." I'm like, "See, that's a problem. No, ma'am. She needs to just pay him a lump sum once she's pregnant. Get a lump sum and then drop him."
Fuck lump sum. Bitch, what you was doing before I got here? Who was you asking that of? Because, like, grandma's house look better than your mom's house. And I keep seeing the comments that grandma is his mom and mom is his wife and the brother is his son. It is just freaking me out every time I look at their segments.
But Debbie, like, what killed me though?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't hit me until, remember, they were taking that photo. Remember in the scene they were taking the photo, right? That's his mom on the end. And I was looking at the mom like, "You look really young to be having a 21-year-old, unless you got pregnant at like 11 or something." I'm not. I was like, now I see what people are talking about. Like, I was like, she looks really young. Like, y'all could be like first cousin, sister, brother type of situation.
I think I was watching whatever Linda's recap of this show. She did a premiere, and somebody was in the live premiere comments saying, his grandmother is his mother, his mother is his wife, and that's his son. I'm like, oh my God. People are not letting it go, and I can't unsee
it. And far so, Charlotte's very disrespected by this guy with her money. I don't think she's trying to buy him. I think it's the sperm she's trying to buy. I don't get it because there are lots of single men in the UK. My guess is that she wants someone foreign. I don't believe she wants a wedding. I really don't think she wants to be married. I think that's just to say she was married. I think she wants someone not domestic, to where it'll be very difficult for them to get custody. So should something fall apart. But then again, we talked about this last week, ma'am, just go to a sperm bank. But
I think you're giving her too much credit. I think at this point she knows
do.
that this is a no-go, but everybody in the UK, even the woman on the beach, the stranger, and the bartender said, this is not happening, but she wants to prove everybody wrong. So that's why she's upping the dollars to give to him, and then doing the cardinal sin of giving him the debit card at checkout. When he told her, she said she want to come back in 6 weeks to see her man. He said, no, you got to save the money for the wedding.
Right.
Back in 4 months.
But did she say? And did she say? He also said Charlie needs to get back to work. I was like,
yeah.
See.
Because she is now supporting his
Exactly.
family. And what are you doing with your money, Johan? And when they went to see the wedding coordinator, I thought, look, let me tell you, I used to go up against DR all the time. $1,600 for a 2-person beach wedding is super cheap, because you know what,
Yes.
my 2-person wedding started at $2,500. So guess who was going to the DR? All the cheap bastards.
When she said $1,600 plus 50 per person, I'm like,
50 per person is food and beverage for the extra guests.
I know.
That is in my fabulous.
In my mind, I was like, I need to ask Debbie about this, because
to me, mine was $125.
To me, $1,600 was real cheap, and I'm only basing this off the knowledge I've gotten from you. Nothing else.
That's a wedding package in Jamaica for 2. Wedding package for 2, like anywhere between, and that's a nice one. You can get bargain basement at like $9.99. Really? In Jamaica, DR, like you just show up off the cruise ship and they got the paperwork done. They taking you out to a public beach and they got the officiant. You might have to pay for your transfer. Some of them might throw in a transfer. But they take you. I do sign click on an iPhone. Bye. And that's it. But in my competitive searches, like Jamaica, DR, Mexico, because you can't even get it legal. So it's if you're doing like a really cheapy package down in Mexico, you get married wherever you're coming from before you come down to Mexico, and then you do the little lovey-dovey thing, a symbolic ceremony, because it's a bit difficult in Mexico. But yeah, like a lot of the people who come off the cruise ships take those packages because they're only there for a few hours and then get back on the cruise ship and go about their business to the next port. But yeah, that's an awesome price, because it probably includes a little bouquet, it includes the venue and the officiant and the paperwork. And if they were at his resort, there's no transportation involved. She's just coming, she's hopefully she'll stay at the property. The room is separate, and she walks down to and she's right out there with the rest of the sun on the beach getting married. I thought it was inappropriate of him. I could see him inviting his family from DR. But where is he bringing 10 to 12 people from the UK from? Who are they? Exactly. And why can't they send money to help your parent and grandparent with their roofs?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, who's going to pay for that? And he's like, Boo-Boo Kins, you. I have no money. But yeah, he deserves a watch. When I saw her give him that watch, you know what the first thing through my mind was? Never give somebody a watch because they never have time for you, and never buy someone shoes because they will walk away from you. How do I know this? Because I've done it.
Right.
I've done it. Like, it's an instant no-no. It's an instant no-no.
That's what she lost me at the watch. I'm not gonna lie. Like, helping out with the roof, that's a necessity. That's just the way it is. I applaud that.
You know why she gave him the watch? So that he could tell time that he is keeping her ass waiting in a lobby when he's supposed to be off from work and up underneath her going someplace.
I want to know if it has a tracker in it.
She's not that smart. Because I don't even think she's tracking on his phone.
True. Yeah,
and someone like him, he's going to sell that watch and say that he lost it, but he'll always keep his phone.
Yep.
Good luck to her.
No, I'm not wishing her luck.
I am.
I'm not, because she's playing herself, and she's at her age, she's doing too much for too little.
Because she knows in her heart of hearts that she does not have this boy.
And like the thing is though, she's, and this just reeks of like low self-esteem. And I hate to say that, especially about women. I really do. Because to me, she's a pretty woman. You know, she makes her own money. She seems to have a very nice life, very nice family. And you run around behind 20-year-olds. And I'm sorry, we can sit up here and roast Luke behind Madeleine. We can sit here and roast Charlotte behind Johan. Johan, how you want to pronounce it. So, Charlotte, listen to your mama. Do better.
Yeah, this guy does not love you.
Not
he
in the
sees you
least.
as a walking ATM. And you proved it at the end of your segment when you got into the taxi and gave him the card. Problem. He's going to go and drain that before you even get your boarding call.
And you set the expectation. And here's the thing. This is why I was mad at the watch. I was upset at the card. And here is why. You just told this man, you basically told this man you was gonna front him $140 for his family. We know that. But then on top of it, give him a watch, and then on top of that, give him a card with whatever cash is on it. You've conditioned him to expect money every time he sees you. Or anytime he asks.
She's conditioned him to have the cochongas to come up to her and say, I got 80 guests coming to the wedding.
Right.
You brought that all on yourself, Charlotte. So go and cut some extra hair. Do a couple of perms. Stay your ass out of DR. Save that airfare and hotel.
Like your man told you to.
Yep. And roll it over to the wedding. Period. Not that it's going to happen because we already seen the clips.
Right.
Your hair run away.
His wife said no. AKA I found somebody with more money.
Oh my God.
Just saying.
No, his wife said no. The roof is fixed. His wife said no. Now you got to find somebody else. You run the same scheme again on the next set of tourists.
True.
I think they got more out of her than they anticipated. Okay. So who's next?
Okay. Farso says,
why is Charlotte even crying for him? He doesn't care. Is she stupid? Oh, okay. So Jamal's having a little bit of technical difficulties. So let's see if he'll pop back up. Hold on. What are y'all saying in here? Okay. Charlotte could easily find an age-appropriate man that looks like Johan in the US. Let her stick with over there in the UK. We got enough problems finding men here on our own. He wasn't even asking. He said, we need to give them. Yep, because he's taken ownership of her money already. And she's allowing it because she keeps on telling him and his family, we will try to help if we can. If you know that he is the sole support of mom, grandma, auntie, uncle, cousin, little brother, all of them between the two houses, and you're taking him up to the UK and he can't work right away until all his paperwork comes through. No, wait, she's trying to do the spousal visa, so he should be able to work right away. But until he finds a job, you're going to have to be sending back a weekly pay packet to support both houses because the main breadwinner is gone. So he's just starting her off early on what she's going to have to do. I'm 100% on board with the wife theory. Oh, okay. Hi, Sunway. Hi, everybody in the chat. I think that card has limited funds on it. It may be a prepaid travel card. Agreed. But that's why I said he's going to drain it before she gets her boarding call at the Punta Cana airport. He's going to drain it. And do I think he's going to give anything to either of the two respective households? No. Because ever since Charlotte started supporting them, I think he's cut back on the money that he was contributing to the household because Charlotte has been topping it up. That did look like a nice watch. His wife probably got a few bucks. Yeah. I would not be surprised if he tells her that he lost it or somebody stole it from him at work. They were jealous. They were jealous. I agree too with the card, but no matter what, he got her whipped with the endless money. Yeah. But Charlotte, you get what you pay for. He definitely stole it. We'll tell Charlotte it was stolen. Ooh. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next person. Let's go to the one that I liked the least, which was Nicole and Tahir. Okay. So for Nicole and Tahir, oh my God. All right. So our overlays are designed for 2 windows. All right. So never mind. Let's see. So Nicole's been in Egypt for 5 days. They decide to go camel riding. She's a little uncertain on the camels. He just, to me, was basically laughing at her, but that's just me. They leave to go a few hours away to where his family lives. And so now she's, being more conservative in her dress, but she's still not covering her head. They meet with one of his brothers, cousin, uncle. I don't know who this man is. I can't remember, but we've seen him before. And they're really going in on he needs to have a Muslim house when he gets over to England. His children will be raised Muslim. Oh, hold on, guys. Jamal's coming back, but I don't see him. Let me see if I can pull him up. No.
Yo.
Okay. All right, there you go, Jamal. Okay, so we're on to Nicole and Tahir. And basically I got up to the part where he's taking her over to his town where his family's at. And he's really pushing this, like, when we get to England, we are going to have a Muslim family. I want you to convert. My children are going to be raised Muslim. The girl children will not have any male friends. And it's going to be strict Muslim. And this is what I'm expecting from you. And we see her in a lot of like confessionals saying, I'm not a bad person, even though I wasn't raised like this. I'm okay. Like, how did y'all not talk about this before you said I do? This is my biggest complaint with this storyline. This is something greatly important to him, is continuing his culture and his religion, in his marriage and his offspring. Tahir, why didn't you ask her if she was willing to convert and raise your future children in your faith? That's an important question.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I had to switch out, switch back in. There's a whole mess with this good Wi-Fi on this Friday. But yeah, the thing is though, if you, and I'm not saying you can't intermingle faiths, right? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that why, if this is all so important to you, why would you marry someone from outside of your faith if you feel that strongly, especially someone who exhibits characteristics and like values that are kind of opposite or not lining up with yours? And also, so remember, you picked her up when she was with her previous fiance.
Thank you. You were going against the Quran when you did that.
Yeah.
So sorry, I don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on with this storyline. It's just not making any sense to me. He didn't seem that religious when they first met. or even during their courtship. But you wait till after you get married. And I blame Nicole on this, Nicole with this too, because you should have been asking the questions. She's never met any of his family in person until this visit. And somehow him and his other family member are making her feel like she has done something wrong with the way how she was raised.
Mm-hmm.
And you already playing mind games with this chick at this point to me. But okay, I think this is a very faulty storyline. And it's gonna cause a lot of problems. I can see that right now.
To me, this couple was set up for TV and conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's too far apart in the thinking. Too far apart.
I wouldn't be surprised if they really do like each other. And when he gets over to England and is living with her away from his family, is he still going to be Muslim? Yeah. Is he going to be as devout and conservative as he is in Egypt? No. No. But okay, TLC.
Oh yeah, Ryan, exactly. Nicole's girlfriend tried to warn her, but she already had married him. And Nicola kept looking. Her name's Nicola, right? Mm-hmm. No. Is Nicola her friend? Nicole's friend?
No, Nicola is Sam's friend. Her friend, I can't remember Paulina? What her name is.
Paulina? Is that Paulina?
Maybe something.
The blonde haired girl. The blonde haired girl. Mm-hmm. Who's making all those things, and her friend was looking at her like, "You did what? Mm-hmm. You did who? Mm-hmm. Huh? Yeah, it is Paulina. Paulina and Nicole, because Paulina was a short hair, is married to a Turkish a dude, a Muslim. Like
Nicola was married to the Turkish person.
No, Nicola was boyfriend girlfriend for 6 years.
Right.
Yeah, and Paulina is the one who's married to like an Egyptian, I believe.
Yeah.
Something in that range. Mm-hmm. And she told her it's very hard. Be prepared. It's a rough road. It took me. Yeah. She said it took me and my dude a long time to get to where we are. It's give and take.
And she still didn't look happy. She still didn't look happy.
No.
Oh, Phil Foster Dog Mom says culturally, the women have a voice in the house. That's it. No need to discuss. What he says goes. Yeah, but what he says goes nullifies the voice in the house. Because you could say all you want, but if what he says goes in the end, then what voice do you have?
And then you get looking at Nicole. She's like, I'm used to having this freedom and that freedom and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, you are really impulsive.
She didn't do her homework.
Thank you. That's where I was going. She did no research.
Mm-hmm.
And then my thing, I'm looking at Tahir. I'm like, sir, if you hadn't met Nicole, you would never leave Egypt. That's great. I understand that, but why would you marry her and then agree to go to the UK?
But that's why he married her, to go to the UK. So either you wanted to get out or you wanted to stay in.
See, thank you. They don't match.
It doesn't make sense. And again, like all of these conversations should have been had before getting married. But okay. Anything else with them?
No, I would love to have them off the show, but hey.
Whatever. Oh my God. Okay, so we have Sam and Allie, Tony and Nuey.
I think that's it, right?
And that's it.
Mm-hmm. Sam and Allie. Now, here's the thing with Sam.
Mm-hmm.
If Sam weren't such a sour ball, she would make a good character for this show. Because she does have a fun side. She can smile. She has, outside of the Sour Patch Kidness, she has a very likable personality. Now,
wait, how far are you digging down? Because this woman is a cow.
I'm saying, girl, we are stripping away what 85% of her personality here. Like I said, if she weren't such a sour ball, you make me breaking out the good percentages. I was trying to avoid that, but now if you strip away 85% of her personality, she'd be a great character. Now I said it. Okay, just
Ryan is
85.
a mess. Ryan, this is what look. Sam wasn't absolutely terrible this week.
Thank you, Ryan. See, Ryan sees it, but see, y'all see how they made me bring out the percentages, right? I was gonna coast along without the sour ballness. She'd be great.
But that's not sourballness. She's being a cow. She lacks manners. She does not know how to communicate. She does not know how to have a relationship. She is on a power trip and she has serious, serious doubts. And she's a picky eater on top of that.
Again, Debbie, that's a part of the 85%. But again,
it's more like 98%.
I'll give you
Call
90.
in Kyle, the accountant, and let him do the percentages. Okay, go ahead.
We'll call it 90% then. But anyway, the he planned, what's his name, Ali. He planned, the little dance class. That was nice. 99.75. So he planned the little dance because she's a dancer, blah blah blah. It was fun to see them having a good time. She did feel insecure about old girl doing the shimmy shimmy shake cocoa puff, and I understand why, because she was killing that belly dancing outfit. We can't lie that, and Tahir had to make sure he looked at Sam because he didn't want to get his ass beat in that good studio. So he kept looking at Sam. And Sam said his dancing made her not look at the instructor, which kind of helped the situation. So she was appreciative of that. But what I didn't like, this is where that good 90% comes in, is when she was having him get the back and tell him, do your job. Excuse you?
And it was his fault for having a small room. Well, if that's all that he could afford or you could afford, and maybe if you picked up your fucking clothes, the place wouldn't look so trashy and so small. And who told her to go out in that coat looking like Jabba the Hutt? How cold is it in Turkey? How cold is it in Turkey? I don't know. He takes it. What? Okay. So throughout this episode, she was basically having insecurities about her body, jealousy issues with him doing his job, and trying to figure out if he wants her or a pathway to living in the UK.
A pathway to living into the UK. That's obvious. Next.
But she still hasn't figured it out. I mean, we've all as a collective figured it out, but she still hasn't. And again, she's not for someone as straightforward at being rude. I don't think she's very straightforward in asking the questions that she needs answered. Not that he's going to tell her the truth.
Right. What's up? What's up?
Okay, so I've just put Jamal on mute for a little bit while he takes care of business. Okay, so when they went to go and eat, she orders a chicken sandwich and some garlic bread or something like that, and he orders a steak, and she's pissy about it because she's watching. It's okay. She's watching the dollars, and he's ordering the most expensive thing on the menu. Well, you've trained him to pay, that you're paying for everything, so I'm going to order the most expensive thing on the menu.
You know what this is giving? I had a flashback to Danielle and them peanuts. Like when she said that, I just went back to Danielle and the peanuts, and I was like, is Debbie thinking the same thing as I am on this? Danielle and those peanuts?
You work in all the overtime to go on these trips to see him, to pay the £5,000 for the visa, You doing all of this. You're giving these men the expectation that they're going to the land of milk and honey. You're from the land of milk and honey. You can do everything. This is what you are, the perception that you're giving out there. So you give this perception, you always bringing him stuff, you are probably sending money back to him to tide him over because his, as you said, his job makes no money. So why complain when you have to pay the bill? You know what? If you so in charge of your wallet, then you pick up the menu and you order for the both of you. Don't give him an
Yeah,
option.
right.
Don't give him an option. Say, we will have two chicken dinners and we will share a basket of garlic bread. Period. And both of us will have water. Thank you.
That was my thought process. If you're gonna complain about what he orders, then you just order for the both of you.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think she's asked him yet about the, like, is it me or the visa thing yet? Has she?
No, I think that comes up later. That comes up next episode. Yes, because it's in the trailer for the next episode. Yep, she does
But this
ask it.
is so it takes 3 episodes for her to bring up the burning question that Nicola said to her. This, because remember, she landed in Turkey and said her primary mission is to find out, is it me or the visa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, girl. Anything else with them?
No, it's just they're jealous. They're each quote unquote jealous for different reasons. She's jealous because she doesn't want any other woman looking at her man. Okay,
I thought that
and
was unreasonable.
he's jealous because he don't want no other Turkish man to pick up on his pigeon. Sorry, that's
Well,
how I
I
see
agree
it.
with that. I agree with that. But when she said, I don't want you, talking with women at your job. Girl, he's a bartender.
Right.
How
And
the fuck
Ryan
he
brings up a
picks
good
you
point.
up?
She was sounding like Angela not wanting him to be friendly, flirt for bar tips.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. But you see, that's her insecurity because she knows that's how he got her. Calling him
Right.
my angel or something like that. And she fell for that shit.
Right. And then my thing with that is like you don't want him to flirt for bar tips or anything like that, but you want to complain that his job makes no money, so you're trying to cut off even more money
Mm-hmm.
for him. You make no sense, ma'am. Mm-mm.
Exactly.
And as much as she complains, to me, she uses money as a way to control him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I agree. All right. So anything more with them?
Nah.
Okay, let's go to this trash box. Oh my God. Nuey and Tony.
Okay. I am here. I am all the way here for Nui. Hashtag justice for Nui. Love her. She is one of the girls. She's one of the girlies. I'm like, because I was looking at her clothes. I'm like, okay. And I kept in my mind what Debbie said last week when you said that she looked like her family's not struggling. They live in a house. They don't seem to be having an issue with means. I'm like, okay. And I kept that in my head, and brought that forward. I was looking at her clothes, the fit of the clothes. I'm like, I was like,
Her
Debbie.
luggage.
I'm like, Debbie had to tell me about the luggage because I'm not too up on the good luggage. That's not me. To me, a backpack, and I'm good to go. But that's what I say. I need you to check out the luggage for me. And the way
Mm-hmm.
she walked, her confidence, the way she spoke. You brought up last week that she said she never asked him for money. She offered, which he irritated me as he did all these things. When he told her, "Oh, I financially support you," I'm like, "No, you offered, sir."
Mm-hmm.
And the way she talked. So I'm gonna let you fill in the other blanks, but I just gotta get this out.
Mm-hmm.
When it got to her ears perked up when he said, "Oh, I rent out my home because I'm not there so much. We going to Airbnb." She, why are we doing that? Why can't I go to your house? You got a secret wife? What's going on? I'm like, yeah, you're one of the girls because if you was broke, you wouldn't care.
Mm-hmm.
If your family was struggling, you wouldn't care where you were going because it was nicer than what you were at home. Okay. Then He goes to cook or whatever. She jumps on the phone to the sister, ran it all down. About, does he have a secret wife? Does he have a family? What's going on? Am I just here? Is he hiding? Blah, 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 blah. And when she brought the background check, I'm like, boom, here we go. Yep, you ain't broke. You don't need him for
They
no
live
money.
in Phuket. That's a huge tourist town, and it has a lot of expats there. I told you, I have a friend of mine from years ago who lived out there.
And that's stuck in my head too.
Yep. And we saw her home. She is not broke. She got an ex-husband with 2 children that she had from him. So you know he's probably supporting those kids.
Nicely.
And she has the time and energy and finances to do kickboxing. Now, the way how she was doing the kickboxing, it looked like she'd been doing that a whole lot longer than a year. Okay, so like she has braces. That's expensive.
Thank you.
That's expensive. But he's trying so desperately to buy this woman so that he can put her under financial control.
Right. I'm going to Debbie logic right here, y'all. Sorry to cut you off. I'm going to Debbie route here with the dash of me. So I'm with Nuey when she says, okay, this is suspicion. And I found it suspicion. Like, sir, this trip had to be planned out. You gonna tell me that you just happen to have a rental in your place when she's coming? Interesting. Okay. I would think you hiding something too.
Look, he did it all wrong. But again, he doesn't respect this woman enough to tell her his business, because that's his financial business. I believe he does have his place rented out.
I do.
But you could have told her that ahead of time that we're not staying in our place, but you waited till you got into the cab to tell her that and spring it on her. That was not fair. But then again, he doesn't respect this woman enough to let her in on any of his business.
Right.
Okay. And then they get to the house. He wants to know, when she said, I want to meet your family because I don't see the house, I still want to know if you have something to hide. He flipped it around her. He said, oh yeah, you got questions for my family. Well, my family got questions for you. What?
Yeah, and that's when he's financially supporting her. I'm like, no, you're not. You're trying to buy her. That's what you're trying to do.
But again, getting her over to UK would put her on the back foot.
Of course.
And that's what he wants to do. And then when he says something about, do you understand what I'm saying? And I need you to respect what I'm saying. I was like, wait, what? And then the non-acceptance of her children, saying basically, them is your kids from that man over there. And I need to have biological kids with you. You will carry my prodigy because I deem you worthy enough to do it. And you will raise it, but they're not going to be equal, because my child is better than your 2 kids from that man over there. And my child will come first in all things. I don't like where the storyline is going. And then she's 41. I keep forgetting she's 41. She looks like she's in her 20s, but she is 41. And she is basically said, this oven for baking out little babies is done and closed. She's like, I thought we were going to be enjoying each other. And he's like, no, I want a baby.
At 45. Okay, anyway. Farso says, I know why Tony's single now. He seems controlling. He is. Tony needs to chill. He sure does. Tracy says, free Nuey. This guy didn't even give us one episode before showing his true colors. No, he didn't give us but the previews before he showed his true colors. She reminds me of Nicole and Asin. He doesn't listen to a word she says. Very controlling. Sometimes ex-military can be like this. True. Tracy says her mom's voice was loud in her head. Absolutely. Nuey was like, girl, we took Airbnb.
But it was in a good neighborhood though. Kensington, Chelsea.
Yes.
But, like, his credit cards must be maxed out, because I don't believe he's that big of a baller in security. I don't believe it. because she said something about how you had a job in Iraq. What celebrity going to Iraq? Let me know when y'all figure it out.
Okay. Miss Sweet Tooth says it was wanting a baby thing triggered me. I hated that. The entitlement was too much. Like that's her only purpose, and it looks like he doesn't consider her kids family if they got married. See, exactly. And but see, here's the thing. I'm gonna stay on this comment because he is telling her that if they had a child together, that he would not treat them equally. He's telling you that.
He's telling her he's not recognizing her kids. Period.
That too.
Period. And if he could get her over there by herself and cut her off from everything else, he would be good with that.
And I'm going to tell you now, British food is not that bland.
But what he made was bland. Because she said he used salt, pepper. That is it. And it came out with 2 colors, white and brown. Period.
Yep. When he called that onion sauce gravy, I'm like, you know what? Next. She is for yes, Tracy.
Like, with a fish sauce, with a soy oyster sauce. I was like, oh,
I know, right? She's 41, not about to give him a baby show, not.
And she also said his vegetables his food don't have any vegetables. That was the first thing that came, because where was the mushy peas? His whole thing was lacking. He could have took her down to the local pub and got better food.
I'd have done that her first night out. Like, you know what? This is your first night out. I want to show you a little bit of the town while you're here. You know, something like that. Don't sit here. You can't impress a woman with cooking. You can't cook. Shut up. He seems to have anger issues. He sounds like a real tool. He really does.
And then that conversation, the conversation at the end, the last scene where they were at the breakfast table the morning after, and he was like, if you can't give me a baby, we're going to have to reconsider our relationship. That was manipulation.
1000%.
How are you expecting a 41-year-old to give you a baby? Because if it come out, God forbid, but if it come out with Down syndrome, who you think he going to blame?
Yep.
Why you can't go and find a 20-something-year-old? Because you know that's the kind of woman he want, because she looks 20.
Exactly.
Why you can't go and find a 20-year-old in down in Chelsea or Kensington or Knightsbridge or Upper Marlborough or any place in the United Kingdom? Why? Because they know about your ass, Tony. You're a fraud. I want to see your credit card statements.
Debbie, not the credit card statement.
Pull your line of credit. I want to see that you actually own a home. I want to see your bank balances. I want to see your investments. Like, you're not really proving anything to me. Ding, 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 ding. Something not right here. Call in the accountant.
I'm going to Tracy. I'm going to love it when she leaves. Sorry, no, I'm going to love it when her family comes and get her. I want the sisters to come get her. I want the mama and the sister to come over.
Oh my God.
Yes. As Debbie would say, rent him out.
Listen, she's got 2 people on her side that's an easy FaceTime call away that's giving her instructions. You know?
I love it. Because the fact, and like I said, everything about her, because like you said last week, she's come from means. She's not playing no game. Everyone's going into this with eyes wide open, observing everything. Because I go back to this because it's key, at least for me. When she said, "You doing what? Why are you taking me to an Airbnb?" Boom, done. She's not playing no games.
She was familiar with Airbnb. Why? Because Phuket is full of Airbnb. I don't know. I think he picked the wrong pigeon.
Agreed. I really feel like he underestimated her by quite a bit.
Yeah.
Now that's going to be his downfall. Because the way he's acting towards her, like he's some sort of savior. Like she needs him. And I'm looking at the way he would talk to her, and I'm looking at him like, how are you ex-military, like high profile security, but you're not very observant. That kind of struck me.
How is he not seeing Nuey's cutting her eye at him at every turn? From the time they were in the taxi, she was cutting her eye at him. Like, for real? Like, every time she sensed a lie was detected, she gave him a look that was priceless. Priceless. I don't know. I hope that the kickboxing or whatever martial arts or whatever fighting she does, I hope she doesn't have to use it, and I hope that she can get back home safely to her children and get away from this man. I don't like him at all. Mm-mm. Anything else with them?
No, I'm interested to see how this particular storyline plays out and who gets involved, because it's more the dynamics with them, because she's in consistent contact with her family, which is, for me, for her, is very key. Like, consistent contact. You know, it sounds like to me they all sat down and had like a plan of escape should anything go wrong. That's the way that, and I like this because it's showing, on one hand, it's showing the stereotypical attitude of some men in regards to Asian women, but it's nice to see where you have an Asian woman not coming into the situation on such the back foot as you normally see on the show.
Well, the thing is, it's coming from a place of disbelief. They want her to go over there and verify everything that he's flexing in Phuket when he comes over. Because remember, priority list, see his home. He even said before she got there, this trip is for her to come over here and see if this is someplace where she can live. Well, right. If she needs to, the only way that she can do that is by seeing his home. And she's like, we're not even driving by the house. Like, what is going on? She has valid questions. So if I can't see your place where you live, then you must be hiding something there.
Right. Agreed.
And he's not expecting that. He's expecting someone who will automatically comply and obey.
Right. Agreed.
Interesting. All right. So do you want to do shopping corner now?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's pull this up. Share screen. No. This. Okay. So Jamal,
so this is one of my favorite. This is my favorite thing to get when I'm not eating oatmeal, because I eat oatmeal like literally 5 days a week. So when I want to break from my oatmeal, and we have no really good breakfast places around here, I love going to Trader Joe's and get their chicken sausage breakfast burrito. I'll probably grab 2. Quick microwave. These are so good with your coffee, and they're pretty filling. So make sure if you're at Trader Joe's, get one of these and just give it a try. I'm telling you, you get this, and if you like salsa, grab their chunky salsa to put on top of it. Yes. So
or
good.
some pepper sauce.
Them too.
I like pepper sauce with eggs. Okay, so let's see. I did the weekly the flash sale that goes on for just 1 week at Costco last week. Ooh. So this was on special. This is a caramelized onion and aged white cheddar charbroiled chicken burgers. This was so easy to put together. Just get a skillet. No oil is necessary. Just put a patty in, flip it over for a couple of minutes on each side because it's already pre-cooked. And it's actually it's like no antibiotics in the chicken. Like it even says it, no nitrates, it's gluten-free. This is like a clean, easy luncheon with a little bun, or like I did mine with butter lettuce wraps. It was super good. And then I threw some of that guacamole on top of it. It was awesome. I loved it. Next up, this is my first time trying this. I usually have eaten just the regular green kiwis, and they are a bit sour. It's okay. Everyone talks about these sun gold kiwis. These are sweeter. They're more expensive. So last week they were on sale. So I finally tried them. I will only buy them when they're on sale, but it is a really nice, it's a difference from the regular kiwi. I would recommend anybody to try the golden kiwis. If you don't like regular kiwi because it's too sour, these are really nice. Love them. And then last but not least is my afternoon treat. Stoke cold brew coffee. I have this probably almost every afternoon. And I get my milk frother, and then I add in a touch of lavender syrup to my half and half. And I do a cold foam, and then I just pour it on top of this. And that is my afternoon treat. So those are the three things that I got from last week's sale that really, really impressed me. And that is our shopping corner this week. Do this, escape, put this down.
Flower Power says coffee instead of alcohol, Debbie.
I'm trying to do better, y'all. I'm trying to do better. Besides, Heidi has been busy and hasn't had her nighttime show on Thursdays. And I'm finally releasing a lot of stress. So that means less day drinking. It's taken me a while, but yeah, I'm cutting down on the day drinking, y'all. I'm getting better. Better.
Schedule change? Are we ready to announce that? I think we were supposed to do that.
Or were we going to do it Sunday? Oh, look, we're already here. That must mean we're not doing anything on Sunday. So look,
I won't be back. I'll be out of town until Sunday.
Okay. So guys, I am starting a new job on Monday, and gonna have some changes in our schedules. We'll still do the Thursday and Friday shows. We'll just do them a bit later. I'm still trying to figure out my times, but it probably will be 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. For Mata, I know that'll be a stretch for you. But if like Friday night, you could join us in the live. We would love to see you, but we don't expect to see you on Thursday because we know you probably have to work. Debbie, have you heard of Married at First Sight New Zealand? Something, I was watching it. Oh my God.
Wait.
YouTube. It's all over YouTube. It's all over YouTube. Child, it's not as messy as Australia. It's not as messy as Australia.
How many episodes are you in? How many episodes is this?
I only saw 2 episodes. I saw episode either 4 and 5 or 5 and 6. And one of them had a wedding. Like all of them are honeymooning at the same resort. And it's like these 2 other people just randomly came in, got married at the resort, and joined the rest of the honeymooners. And then they're getting ready to go back to like the apartments, like what the Skylofts are in Sydney. They're going back there, but they do a lot of interactions. The only expert that I've seen is John. Wait, no, there's 2 other women experts. But I don't know. It was just really different. And the people on New Zealand aren't as cute. I'm not going to lie. And I was hoping I was going to see like a real Maui. I know I'm saying that wrong, but the indigenous people that I want to see. Yeah, I want to see somebody with like tattoos and doing the haku. The screaming dance. I want to see somebody touching their nose. I think so. It popped up on my recommended, and I was like, okay, let me look at this.
It looks like they're on episode 12.
Child. It's different. Like Australia's my favorite. Yeah, Australia's my favorite.
Season 4, they're on episode 12.
There's a show which I recommended, Love Triangle UK and Australia. They both are messy shows too. Farso's Kitchen. Oh, okay. Where do you watch those? If you don't mind me asking. Brooks is a sloppy mess. Okay, so who's been watching Dubai?
I've been catching up. Okay, so they actually have full episodes on YouTube
On
right
YouTube,
now.
yeah, that's where I saw episode 1 and 2.
Now I've been kind of watching it. I'm very curious because it looks like Brooks is really mad at Stanberry.
Brooks is really drunk.
Yeah.
Brooks, somebody needs to help Brooks with that because she has a very successful business. Her husband is a shoddy contractor because everything in there keep on breaking, but she has the potential to have a really great business, and she should not let alcohol get in the way of that.
Agreed.
Are you going to watch new season with Whitney or Welcome to Plathville? Both season will air in July. Welcome to Plathville, no. I cannot watch that show because those people are so monotone and it just gives me the heebie-jeebies and it doesn't hold my attention. But Whitney, we'll always watch Whitney. We'll always watch Whitney and critique it because it's beating a dead horse.
I just want to see what new side characters will be introduced this season.
Just admit it. You want to see if Papa Glenn has run away to his real family.
I didn't say that, Whitney. Debbie said that.
You want to see if Papa Glenn has run away to his real family. You even named the show.
Yeah, the Family Dolphin. Shit. Nobody care about no Whitney.
Oh my God.
I mean, she got, and I want to see if she has new friends this season because none of her old friends care about her.
You think that we can find it online? Okay. And I know, oh my God, somebody told me something about the McKinnisons or something like that. That is on Bravo. And it's trailer trash. And I meant to look for it, but I couldn't find it. Well, I meant to look for it, but I didn't get a chance to because I got sidelined by New Zealand. No one likes a mean drunk, not his real family. Oh my God. Babs made the show. I lost interest. Oh wow. I think she made excuses or covered up a lot of Whitney's bad.
Babs made Whitney, I'll say it like this, rest in peace, Babs, but Babs made Whitney tolerable.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
But here's the sad thing. I think Whitney brings out the worst in her dad because the two of them are very much alike. Whereas his real family, his firstborn, he's not that mean with her. He's mean now that Babs is not there to temper him with Whitney.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say. Babs was the buffer between them two.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see that.
She covered up a lot for him as well as for Whitney. Because last season was the first time that I was seeing a mean Glenn. And I think he's the reason why Whitney is like that. Because they're very much alike. The boy, her brother, is more like the mother.
Right. Yeah. I can see that. And
because he's been criticizing her from the time he's like, why does she need such large panties? That comment was killing me. That comment
Tracy
was
said
killing me.
She most definitely kept Glenn from going off on Whit. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. And I think that was a bit of the issue. I don't think he could ever discipline Whitney. I think Babs would always step in when he would want to go off on her.
I don't even think it's a matter of disciplining. I think he overly critiqued that girl. I think Glenn is mean.
You think so?
I do. Yeah. Some of the comments that come out of his mouth towards Whitney. Oh, hell yeah. I think him and Whitney have the same personality.
Yes, because there was some of the stuff that she said would say to him that, excuse you? So I can see, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. And her brother is Babs.
Right.
because now he plays buffer between the two of them, but he hasn't been doing it for very long, so he loses
Right.
interest.
Yep. He don't care.
He loses interest in, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go get a drink. Let them kill each other. It's very weird, but I do want to see Glenn run away from home because he has a different character when he's with his real family.
So is Glenn the reason she's big?
No, Whitney's the reason why she big. Um, Whitney is the reasons why she's big. Do I think she has the PCOS or POCS or whatever it is? Probably. But I think she's created a fantasy in her head that she lives vicariously through and expects all of us to believe it. And I also wonder why so many people around her that she claims are her friends are all addicted to something or the other. Like, she couldn't be my friend with all of those problem people around her. And the one common denominator winds up being her.
Mm.
Even her brother has a last season looked like he was having a drinking problem. I don't know, all of those random bottles that he was finding in the bedroom. And then he's a
And the
bartender
kitchen.
too.
And the kitchen.
Yep. And then when the way how they were snapping back drinks down in Dolphin Island. Well, anyway.
I will say this though. I want to see Dolphin Life Adventures because Hunter and Glenn are way different with that family than they are with Whitney.
They're happy. They're happy. And they have people like to push Whitney to the side.
I keep telling you, if they would just like ditch her, like the show would be so much better. Because she's not doing anything. Like she's doing nothing.
She's complaining.
Right. Let me see what this dry ass app is doing. Hold on.
What app?
That you remember that dry app they came up with? The app and automation that where she laid off her quote unquote friend? Yeah, that thing.
Is that still up? Oh,
I'm checking.
I'm going to watch the new season of Welcome to Plathville. Ethan is starting to date, and Olivia is also starting to date now that they are divorced. But why do y'all find them interesting? Like, they all look, sorry, inbred. They're just really weird. And then the way how they, I don't know. I just wish Micah would come out because I think he swings all ways. I think that the oldest girl that's left at home, I think she's already has sex. Who else? Ethan is weird. I can't figure him out at all. But I do want him and Olivia to get back together because I know it'll piss off somebody. Oh, and the girl that sings, that looks like she could get blown over by wind. Why is nobody helping her?
Oh, you've seen the post too? Yeah.
And all of those horrid tattoos are a cry for help.
Yes.
Like, where that boyfriend? I don't know. Anyway, that show's very depressing for me. I have enough problems. I think that's it. Guys, yes. Have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Please give us a little thumbs up. And thank you so much for all the new subscribers. We got a couple of new subscribers from our recaps of 90 Day Fiancé UK. Welcome, everyone. And welcome to the tribe. We hope to see you in our live chat and in our comments section.
Mine wants to know what's wrong with her. She just looks like she's spiraling with some mental health. That's what it looks
Well,
like to
she's not
me.
eating. She's even thinner than before, and she's getting all of these tattoos all over. Like the ones during the season last year were like all black and really thick. Um, and she was always dressed in black, and she was supposed to be doing her music but working at a bar. Um, she wasn't making any sense to me. She wasn't. I don't know. And she wasn't talking to Ethan. She wasn't talking to. Yeah, it was Ethan. She wasn't talking to Ethan and Olivia because she said that they threw her out or something. I don't know. None of their things make sense to me. None. None. So the only reason why I know that is because Heidi watches it.
Maybe Baby Chicken will appear next week.
Let me tell you, they might drag out Chick-fil-A
Yes.
until the last episode. So we can say hi and bye. Aw. Thank you, Tracy, for welcoming all the newbies to our tribe. She's talking to Olivia in the new season.
Okay.
Okay. Because they were fighting. Okay, so Olivia took pictures of her and had her musical lyrics uploaded to the cloud on some site. And Mariah got locked out of the site when they started arguing, but the site belonged to Olivia. And that's what they was fighting over. But then again, Mariah moved out while Olivia and Ethan was doing something in Europe and never told them.
Oof.
It was just a whole mess. It was very childish. I had aged out of it, so I was done. So I didn't really have anything much to say when Heidi was talking about it.
Gotcha.
All right, y'all. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I might look at some more New Zealand just to punish myself, I guess. I don't know. Jamal, any final thoughts?
Nope, we are good to go.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining us again this Thursday and Friday. We really appreciate it. Welcome to all of the new tribe members. Everybody have a wonderful and safe weekend, and we will see you next week, just a little bit later. Okay, y'all. Bye.